It's TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. Listen, I want to touch on the fight that's coming up. A lot of people are kind of, I'll say, clamoring for this fight. This fight is set to take place. First, it was scheduled to be taking place in December. This, they say, is pushed back to January, February. We don't really know. But all I know is that when this fight takes place, this is actually a really good fight. You have Gervonta Davis, who's taking on Lamont Roach Jr. People are saying that Lamont Roach is a cherry pick and so forth and so on, but this guy has only one loss on his record. Lamont Roach is 25-1, 10 KOs. Of course, you look at Tank's record and say Tank, he's 30-0, 28 knockouts, and you're looking at it like, hey, he's just cherry picking, he's fighting. But this guy, Lamont Roach Jr., is not somebody to overlook. This guy can punch, this guy can box, this guy can do it all. And on top of that, these guys have a history together. These guys have been, have fought each other many times in the amateurs and so forth and so on. But which kind of sticks out to me in regards to this fight is the fact of the matter that they are both from the same neighborhood, basically. They like miles apart from each other. Even they have some ties where, as though, from what I heard, not saying it's true, but from what I heard is that Lamont Roach Jr., his family member actually, or his coach actually coached Gervonta Davis' corner at some point, not as a pro, but I believe in the amateurs or whatever it may be before he became a pro. I'm not sure, but this is what was mentioned to me. Now, in regards to this fight, from my point of view, in regards to what I think is going to happen, I think that Gervonta Davis is actually going to win the fight. But my reason for saying that is not just because I'm saying that Lamont Roach is a walkover or whatever you want to call him. I'm saying it's because of the skills of Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis has been knocking out everybody. If you look at his last 7 fights and the opponents that he's fought in those fights, if you look at it, he had Frank Martin, KO, Ryan Garcia, KO, Hector Luis Garcia, who's a common opponent with him and Lamont Roach Jr., KO, Rolly Romero, KO, and Isaac Pitbull Cruz is the one that went the distance, but Tank, he hurt his hand ultimately in that fight. And then if you go on, list goes on, Mario Barrios, who's a 147-pound champion right now, currently as we speak. Tank knocked this guy out, stopped this guy. And then if you, Leo Santa Cruz, who has over 38, close to 40 fights, and who's a tough matchup for anybody due to his punch output, Gervonta Davis knocked him out in a devastating manner. Now, if you look at Lamont Roach on the other side, yes, he does have some notable wins. He only have one loss, and people are already counting this guy out. If you look at what's going on in boxing, people are sometimes biased opposed to certain fighters. So if this fighter can fight this fighter, or this fighter shouldn't be fighting this fighter, so forth and so on. But Lamont Roach Jr. is not a pushover. He's someone who's going to come to fight Tank. He's going to come in there, and he's going to come in there to win. He's not going to come in there to be a pushover. And on the other side, on the flip side of everything, I see whereas though I heard Mike Tyson, make a statement saying, I think that fighters should make fights and put money in their friend's pocket. Could this be a fight where Tank is saying, hey, nobody else wants to fight me. Everybody else is ducking me. Nobody's available. This is a fight where I can put some money in Lamont Roach Jr.'s pocket. Could that be the case? Could he say, I just want to put some money in his pocket? I'm going to give him an opportunity, somebody from my area, somebody who has the same color skin that I have, give him an opportunity to be great and to make some money. And now, after this fight, if Lamont Roach Jr., I believe he's not going to win. I think he's going to come up short. I'm not saying he's going to get stopped. But if you look at Tank's knockout ratio, you could possibly believe that he can be stopped in this fight. Now, I think that after this fight, if Lamont Roach Jr., like all the other Tank other opponents, Lamont Roach Jr. will have the opportunity to go on and make more money down the road if he was to lose this fight. But we'll see what happens. The date is not etched in stone. The date is up in the air. I believe December 4th was, December 14th was the actual date, but I believe they're going to move off of that date. So we'll see what happens. But don't sleep on this fight. Don't think that Lamont Roach Jr. is a pushover. Just understand that he's going to come to fight, and Tank is definitely going to be in shape and be ready. So we'll see what happens. It's TBISE, the best in sports entertainment.
If you're a caregiver, please check your pay stubs to be sure you're paid for overtime. Here at Mecca Care, we make sure you're getting paid time and a half for overtime. Call now.